Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and this is the dark tale of the day. Let me take this moment to reintroduce myself. I am the Gothic Rose, hostess of the Dark Entertainment Network. This is a channel where the news meets conspiracy theories and makes babies in my brain, and it comes out my mouth. I do this because I enjoy it. If you like this type of content, please follow along, because I'm not going to stop. Hello, dear fiends of the Den. By now, many of you have seen my TikTok at the Gothic Rose, and this has just gone around over 1,000,000 times because I put up a half-second clip of a really terrible message that I received from someone that I've known for years, and I honestly thought was a friend. So I guess now I'm involved in this celebrity wannabe feud, but you guys can call me the anti-celebrity. So here's what happened. I've been on Facebook since 2008, and I've been trying to deactivate it. I've deactivated some Threads accounts, additional accounts that Meta has made up for me, but I'm having trouble with my Facebook account and a business Instagram account that I have lost access to. So I'm actually trying to just get my whole account deactivated. I just keep putting up the craziest posts, and it's on private, so it's only for close friends and family. But since I can't find my original password and I don't have access to the original email, it's just so much red tape to try to get rid of this account. So I keep putting up these insane posts. Most people let them go by. They won't say anything. Maybe if it's funny, they'll like it. Maybe they'll put a comment or two. But out of 300 posts, I would say 10 of them have gotten any likes or comments. So I had an interview on Flossom Talk with Shishti Flaw. That is how you say her name. That's so beautiful. I don't know if I pronounced it completely correct, but I tried. And she gave me an opportunity to speak out about my experiences with domestic violence because I haven't been this involved in a celebrity court case since Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And let me just say for a second that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, the similarities are the fact that each of these women put in the newspaper something to defame these men where they had to step forward. But Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were a married couple in a domestic violence situation, a very volatile and dangerous situation for both of them. I believe that Amber Heard was the aggressor and abuser. I believed that before the trial. I believed it through the trial. I believe it after the trial. But at the time, I didn't post about things like this. I was talking about other things. So celebrity trials and all of that were not on my radar. So as everything morphed and I started to talk strange occurrences and I started to create the Dark Entertainment Network, I went back to some celebrity gossip because Hollywood is a very dark place. Starting on Monday, March 3rd, I am starting my Haunted Hollywood series, and I'm actually starting with Joy Harris, the Deadpool stunt woman. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the bell, and don't forget to tune into that episode. So with all of this, I just go literally balls to the wall on Facebook because I just want to get kicked off. I really do, because I would get rid of my Instagram account as well that I don't want out there if I don't have access to it. So I put up this post saying that I'm taking a break from all my political posts to talk about my disdain for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and how they're bulldozing over domestic violence. And I went on to say that I would die on the hill of protecting the truth about domestic violence and not let two Hollywood morons profit off of it. And the post was up for a good day. No likes, no comments, no nothing, because everyone just knows, let me go. Let me go. I'm trying to get kicked off Facebook. I'm trying to get kicked out of the whole meta system. So I haven't heard from a certain group of people in a few years, other than maybe like a birthday or a holiday wish. So I put up this post, and even when I was on Flossom Talk, even all of the posts and podcasts I have put up about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni and this whole case, I've never brought into it anyone that I personally knew publicly. I never said their name publicly. I never wanted to bring in anyone that I knew might have some information. I wasn't here to call them out. But this person put himself into my conversation as I'm speaking about domestic violence from a very visceral and guttural place. And he told me I'm wrong because I said that I thought Blake Lively flirted with Justin Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds got jealous and they just wanted to take over the whole thing. And even if those stupid details are wrong, but it's what I see reading the text, and then they went and put this whole plan together to take over the movie because of that clause that was in there that Colleen Hoover could get the rights back. Listen, I'm putting this all together in my head, but I've never said anyone's name out there that had to do with anything other than my perspective and how I felt about what Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are doing. And my episode of Flossom Talk happened 2 days before SNL 50 when they showed up. So if it had happened afterwards, I would have had a lot more to say about how they mocked sexual harassment, therefore mocking sexual assault and domestic violence. But again, I never brought anybody else's name into this. I just wanted to speak my words. Now, he put his name in there. So I just blocked because I am not having that energy around me. I blocked the whole group of people. I left his statement up on that Facebook post for like a day or two. No one else liked my comment or my post. No one else commented. No one stepped in to defend me. No one said anything. So I did what I did, and I don't care, because that post that he put up to tell me that I was wrong in front of everybody I know was to put me down and to silence me from speaking out against domestic violence. And the two people I see doing a lot of harm to it right now, I did not put his name into this. He put his name into it himself, out there for all of my friends and family to see that he's telling me that I am wrong. And even if I am wrong about those details, don't call me out like that and again wash over what I'm talking about, which is domestic violence. By the way, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 5 men are experiencing a horrific domestic violence situation right now as I am podcasting. So I block, right? And then what do I see? I get an email from an app called Flip, which I signed up for a long time ago. I don't know which email I'm using. I remember putting up a couple of videos about some products, and then I stopped using the app, so I deleted it from my phone. But I blocked that person, the person's name that I never brought into it, that I knew worked for Ryan Reynolds, but never wanted to bring his name into it and drag him in. He dragged his own name in and insulted me and humiliated me in that post. And now he's following me on the Flip app. Honestly, I was ready to just let all that go and say, with everything that happened, all I really want to do is push forward the narrative that people suffer daily from domestic violence. That's my whole platform. I want to open the floodgates and allow people to feel free to speak about enough of their experience that they're comfortable with, so that maybe somebody else who's going through an experience like this sees that you got out of it like I did, and you can live and thrive and enjoy life. But this person told me that he's known Ryan Reynolds for 4.5 years, but we've apparently known each other for 2 decades. So I'm supposed to believe him over him believing me about how I feel about domestic violence. And that statement of knowing me for 2 decades, it's kind of inaccurate. we went to the same school in the late 90s and graduated in the spring of 1999, but there were a bunch of different classes, and I traveled the first year and stayed in the city the second year. So I was kind of in and out of circles because I was like a bridge and tunnel person. So, because I grew up in New York, like right outside of the city, so I didn't really need a place to stay, even though I got one eventually. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Um, about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years after we graduated, I guess Facebook came around and we started to connect and find each other. And then for the last 10 to 12 years, we were kind of tight knit until I felt a little iced out a few years ago. And that's a whole other story, but that revolves around some money and some things happening with these same people. And yeah, I was just like surprised that he would even respond. I mean, I understand maybe you want to stand up for your boss, but remember, I did not call you out. I did not mention your name in public. I never said, I know Ryan Reynolds, stunt person. Let me ask him what the deal is. I just read what I wanted to read and spoke about it from the point of view as a survivor of domestic violence. It had nothing to do with anything else other than that. But Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are making fun of it. They're making light of it and then still trying to say how serious it is. And it's infuriating, and that does damage. If you want to stand up for somebody, that's fine, but we're really deep in now. That might not be the best thing. And stop following me on other apps. What this is so like this is such a man thing that like I shouted you out. I cut you off because now I just feel like not comfortable. It's too toxic, it's too uncomfortable of a situation. So I cut you off and you're following me again. What is that? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Make it make sense. And thank you for joining me in the den.